And you are now listening to Play Through the Whistle. What's going on, Gary?
We got a lot to unpack from the last 2 or 3 weeks since our last show. The local football team's been good, largely good. 8-1 since our last show. One big fat L in East Lansing last week, though. We got college football scenario scientists on Twitter staying busy. College football playoff scenario, just trying to figure out how to get their teams into the playoff.
Yeah.
MSU Hoops opened up their gauntlet of the non-conference schedule, and so far it's like the only bright spot in my life right now.
Pretty much.
Couple other things we want to get to, some John U. Bacon thoughts. Reigniting the flames of Tunnelgate, and Wes wants to talk World Cup. So,
Huelas! The men of Huelas!
It was a draw, I heard.
It was a draw, yeah. But let's go
whatever that means.
Michigan State blowing leads, just
pathetic.
That was probably one of the worst Michigan State games in a long, long time.
We've been saying John L-esque all year, and that was the quintessential John L. Williams game.
Very.
We found a way to lose a game where our opponent completed one pass in regulation for 7 yards. I had all these notes typed out because we were going to do a show last week, and then shit fell through because life,
Yep.
And all these flowery things to say about Mel Tucker and the staff. I was going to give Hazelton a reprieve for next year because he's kind of adjusted. Had kind of adjusted, but then you can't adjust to a team that's just running read option the whole second half, and you can't stop it. Nope. Scotty Hazelton, gone. Jay Johnson,
yeah,
gone.
Heads have to roll. There's got to be changes.
Ross Els, gone. We can't even kick a field goal in a major college program.
Yeah, it's
Special teams has been a joke all year long, other than Bryce Behringer when he can get the snap back to him. How do you not have a competent long snapper to replace your starter? Nobody played center in high school that could snap the ball other than whoever this walk-on kid is?
Apparently not. There's so many issues with this Michigan State team right now that I don't even know.
Lose to a team that lost 7, an Indiana team that lost 6 or 7 in a row.
And it sucks because it looked like they were kind of starting to get going in the right direction. And then
you and I were messaging during the game. Well, Mel's done a great job. They're getting to a bowl season after this start that they had this year and the gauntlet of a schedule. And then to just fucking flame out like that.
It just veered like it was real quick.
2 17-point leads, gone.
And now bowl game's done. They're not winning at Penn State.
Well, there's talk that they might get a 5-7 invite.
You know what? Fuck that. I mean, practices, whatever, but...
You go, but...
I can't.
I'm really starting to question Tucker's in-game management. I mean, we've questioned it in the past, but it's been really bad this year.
Yeah, I can't.
The Wisconsin game at the end of regulation at Wisconsin.
Words how bad it's been.
We never even got to the fire drill at the end of the Wisconsin game. But it's just gotten worse.
It's gotten to the point where I'm not even angry about it anymore. It's just like, what are we going to do? We just got to wait till next year. And hopefully there's changes.
And don't bail and you make some staff changes and some philosophy changes. I was giving Hazelton the benefit of the doubt because for the large part, for the last 4 games, the defense has played solid. I'm not saying great, elite. They've done what they could do with what they have. I mean, to be honest, the lack of depth due to the suspensions kind of caught up with them in this last game.
But still, it's an next man up theory. But
you had no defensive ends.
They haven't. They didn't live up to anything that anybody. I mean, we didn't think they were going to be world beaters this year, but the fact that they haven't even.
I thought they'd go.
It just kind of fell off a cliff, and then it looked like they were turning the corner, and then it just right back to. Lost all. I have. Again, I'm not gonna. We're not. It's not screaming change or anything like that. Like it's just. There's got to be change on the staff.
got to be staff changes.
But I'm not talking about Mel. Like,
Coordinators.
I still think he's doing
I think the
things that are good.
coordinators have to go. I mean,
Yeah.
Jay Johnson's
they got to go.
Peyton
Offensively,
Thorne.
they're boring. They don't do anything exciting. They don't do anything well. The offensive line has to improve. It all comes back to that, I think, a lot. Is the offensive line is not.
I thought the offensive line has improved over the last few games. They've kind of gone with a youth movement due to some injuries, and you're seeing Spencer Brown, who started all 10 games at tackle.
Yeah,
and has been largely okay. Gino Vandemark, I thought, played really well at right guard this last game. I thought that's where most of the big runs came from, was the right side. So I think there's room for growth. There's room for improvement. I mean, there's signs of improvement. I wouldn't say there's tons of room for improvement, but
I can't get over the fact that
he's
so. If he doesn't make changes like immediately, I'm not.
Oh, no, after Monday after.
Yeah,
Penn
like after Penn. That's what I meant. Like he needs to there's got to be like a bloody Monday and everybody just gets rolled.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Jay Johnson so uncreative. I mean, you got mismatch problems all over the field with your receivers. With Keon Coleman, you get in the red zone and you got Keon Coleman and a 5'10" kid. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. A fade. You throw you throw the jump ball.
Fucking embarrassing.
The way they lost it was embarrassing.
All around.
Losing that game in general is embarrassing. You're right, because it's an Indiana team that hadn't won a Big Ten game in like 2 years.
Yeah, and
Tom Allen's about to get fucking fired, and now you probably just saved his fucking job.
Yeah, he should still be. I'm done. I can't even. On to next year, on to basketball, which has actually been enjoyable. But I'm done. Michigan State season's over. There's not a lot to say. It's even if they beat Penn State, it is what it is.
I killed Michigan State. I killed the staff on Twitter about not centering the ball at the end of regulation for the 22-yard field goal. But I guess I don't know if Collins took the bullet for the staff. But I guess the third down handoff was supposed to go to the right to center it, and he thought he saw a crease and cut it back. But still, that's coaching, because he used a timeout with under like 40 seconds to go. You tell everybody, if we don't score a touchdown in the first two plays, we get the ball in the middle of the field and kick a field goal. Yeah. We make this an extra point. We make
either way
as easy as we can on our shitty field goal kickers.
You got to make that field goal, angle or no angle. It's not like he's kicking a 50-yarder.
He kicked at Auburn, though, Wes.
Yeah, whatever.
He kicked in the Iron Bowl.
I'm over it. Michigan, let's move on. I don't have anything else to say about MSU. They're just so... This season's just been...
It's been worse than I could have imagined.
Yeah, and there's not a lot to say. Like, what are you going to say? Like, we got to switch. Things have to change. So until they change, there's just a whole lot of screaming at the sky like old men. Michigan hung on. I'm just moving on to them.
They do. They did what they do, man.
They avoided the upset at home. I thought they were done. Illinois just fucking, come on. Got so ultra conservative.
That's what they do, though.
Yeah, I know. They don't have the explosive, but
they do at Michigan. They do the same thing Michigan does. They run the ball.
I just wanted to see if they could go up 2 scores, what Michigan would do. Or they would have lost, but...
Yeah, that's what they would have done. But
I think we're going to see it this week. Everybody got what they wanted. They're going to get Ohio State and Michigan all the game. They're undefeated. The biggest thing since, 2006? Whatever it was. Yay!
I don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
They're two bad teams in a fucking terrible conference.
The conference stinks.
That's why, well, let's just get into it now. All these fucking CFP scenario scientists that I mentioned earlier. Like fucking TCU and USC we're both losing at one point on Saturday. And they're like, and Tennessee, obviously. We're a lock now on Twitter. That's all I saw was we're a lock. We're both getting in.
Still,
if they take two teams from this rat ass conference,
they won't. It won't matter. I think LSU is going to win. So
You think LSU's going to beat Georgia?
Yep. I think LSU beats Georgia, and then they're both getting in. Then it's going to be TCU or USC and the winner of Ohio State, Michigan. That's what I think is going to happen. It'll all play out, but that's what I think is going to happen. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how healthy Blake Corum's knee is. If he's limited at all, I think they're in some big trouble because JJ ain't fucking beating anybody with that arm.
No, he's not impressive at all. JJ McSizzle has not lived up to the
only
standard that they thought he was going to live up to. He's not the Lamar, Joe Montana, Tom Brady mixture that they all jerked off about. But Mahomie. All right, college, I don't know.
He will have to run the ball a little bit more this weekend for them to have any chance.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if Edwards is healthy enough to play this week or not. I don't know what went on with him. I didn't watch that game till our game went into overtime, and I turned it off.
Well, you want to move on to our favorite thing?
Your favorite thing?
My
World
favorite.
Cup?
No. Well, we could move on to that, but Canada.
Everybody changes the station immediately.
Why is that not?
What do we get to?
Oh, we're going to...
Lions fans?
Lions fans, that's all right. That's all right. Anyways. All right. Lions. 3 in a row. Yay! Too bad they've lost 6 games. Because you'd think, the way Lions fans are acting, that they were 6-4 and just won 3 in a row. Not 4-6. You've got fans out there that think they're going to run the table.
What table?
Like, they're going to just...
Like win out?
Win out. They're going to win it. They're going to roll. I can't.
Okay.
Lions fans. It's all right.
What's the reality here?
My problem with this whole thing is I don't know what to think. Am I happy that they won 3 in a row? Or am I angry that they've lost 6 games? A few of which they should have won.
I think you're angry that they lost. I think we're all angry that they lost 6 games. Well, you should be as a Lion fan. You should be angry about the 6 losses.
And that's where I'm stuck in this place where do I roast Dan Campbell still? Or do I say, okay, maybe they're building something? But at 4-6, our season's still done, I think.
If it was 6-4, maybe you got something then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
and they should be 6-4 realistically.
The fact that people are running around with hard-ons, like Dan Campbell is some kind of hero now. They won 3 games in a row, which all credit in the NFL. Winning 3 games in a row is not fucking easy, no matter who you are. But the problem I have is the fact that they lost 6 games. So they won 3 in a row. So they went from 1 win to 4. But they've also lost 6 fucking games.
Doesn't erase the 1-6 start.
One where they didn't make a team punt. Another one they should have won the Vikings.
Yeah.
I still go back to if they had a better coach, this team probably does have 6 wins. And the season isn't probably thrown away because I still think at best they win 8 games. So they win 4 more out of the last games. I mean, they're winnable games. They're all toss-up games. They're nothing that looks like, whoa, they're going to get murdered. The Bills aren't playing fantastic, but I still think they're going to lose that game.
Well, they're just the better team. Right?
But if you move on from that game, there's a lot of winnable games that come up on the schedule. Like, I mean, take the Bills out. You got the Jags at home, Vikings at home. Those are 2 winnable games. The Vikings aren't fantastic. Then they go to the Jets. Well, Zach Wilson's only good at 2 things. Mormon attire and banging MILFs. Other than that, the Jets don't look that scary. Then they got Baker Mayfield. They can win that game. Then they've got the Bears. So there is a bunch of winnable games. The problem is they're still the Lions. Winning 3 in a row doesn't erase the other 6 and the mistakes and the open and the spaces on this team that aren't great, like linebacker.
Talking about Rodrigo's back.
Yeah. So
Was chasing a lot
it's like
yesterday too.
I want to be happy as a Lions fan that they won 3 in a row, which isn't something we see often. But I also say, well, what the fuck? Like, this isn't his first season as head coach. Why did it take until now to start winning games? Like, it bothers me. That part bothers me. I want to be excited.
I know, but you're kind of moving the goalposts on him. 3 weeks ago, you were saying just win games. Now he's winning games, and now you're saying it's not enough.
It's not enough because of how
before the
started.
Before the season, what'd you say? I want to see them on the playoff graphic.
Yeah.
Come Thanksgiving. Well, guess what? They're on the playoff graphic come Thanksgiving.
You're right. I mean,
granted, it's because the East or the NFC is terrible.
Yeah, well, it is. That's another reason why they're still in it, and that's why fans can get hard-ons.
Yeah, I know, but
this fucking my fucking light is all fucked up. Whatever. But
you got a new camera. I thought you were gonna be like
it is. But the
I was gonna see your ugly face.
This camera's all fucking. The light is actually built into the camera, so it's like fuck.
That's too complicated.
It like adjusts itself. I'm just like fuck this. I gotta figure it out. But fucking, I don't know. I don't know whether I want to be excited and buy in yet and get burned and then feel. Then I'll be super angry. I'll be super fucking angry. If they beat the Bills. And then they lose like 4 in a row after that. Oh, I'll be the angriest fucking person on earth. If they beat the Bills, they better fucking win the rest of these games or damn well win most of them. Like, fuck. I want to believe. Like we believed at the beginning of the year before the season started where it was like, oh, we believe. But
when Hard Knocks was the thing.
Yeah, and everybody got excited like the Lions could have. They could win 9 games or 10 games and make the playoffs. It's still there because the schedule fucking blows. And the NFC is not great, like you said. But do I get excited? Or do I just say, he's going to fuck this up Dan Campbell-wise and do stupid shit? And he's not doing stupid shit. He stopped. He's punting and he's taking points.
Kicking field goals.
Yeah, he's doing things that football coaches in the NFL are paid to do. Make the correct decision and not play like they're Madden coaches. I don't know.
No, I mean, they pretty much took apart the Giants yesterday, which...
It was impressive. It was probably the most impressive win this year.
Yeah, it was.
So, they go out, they did a job.
And I'll eat a lot of crow right now. Aiden Hutchinson is playing his fucking ass off.
Great, and it's awesome because it helps the Lions.
I wanted the kid to be good, and he's proven me wrong. He's been really good the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Granted, against some
it doesn't matter. Things, he makes plays.
But you're making plays. I mean,
near the ball, he's always around the ball. He's high motor.
That pick yesterday was amazing. It was a great play.
Yeah, it's just they do a lot of things well sometimes, but then they do a lot of things bad.
One thing I thought was interesting was he was very disciplined in his pass rush yesterday with Jones. I mean, there was some times where I'm like going, hit him! And it looked like he was almost afraid to miss to a degree because Jones was like pump faking and Hutchinson's just standing there, like not letting him get. So he kept him contained. So
yeah,
like I said.
He's played well. Like, honestly, everyone's played well, and it sucks for Okudah. It's a short week, so there's no way he's coming back.
He's not playing. They already ruled him out.
Yeah, he's not going to get to play, which would have been fun to see him on Diggs, but it is what it is. You still got to overcome. The Bills they were a wagon, and then they kind of fell off the wagon, and now they're kind of rolling back around, but they're not.
They didn't take apart the Browns too. I mean, it was a 1-score game.
And the Browns' offense isn't the Lions. The Lions' offense is better than the Browns' offense. So, can they hang in there? Can they make it a game? I hope. If they win that game, then I probably will be on that all-in bandwagon.
Yeah, your buddy DH told me that Wink Martindale was going to take Jared Goff's soul as play yesterday. Didn't work out too well.
DH.
26 attempts, no sacks.
Daniel Dimes.
who actually
I
played well.
honestly,
2 picks.
he played well. He's garbage. I swear Tyrod Taylor's shit in Daboll cereal because there's no way they don't give that guy a chance to see what he can do. It's not like they're Giants radio.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get housed this week too. So they were a fake 7-2 or whatever they were.
Paper tiger.
They're about to lose again to the Cowboys. So yeah, man, if the Lions had only won, even one more of those earlier games and didn't lose 5 in a row,
yeah,
this would be a lot easier to buy in. Just.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
they're on the graphic, though.
Yeah, they are on the graphic. They are winning games. I mean, it's 2 things you asked for.
Yep.
You got.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Thanksgiving, we'll see. We'll do an after Thanksgiving pod if you're available. We'll throw it out there.
I can be available.
We'll do a Friday morning thing or something like that. Or you're off, aren't you?
No, I work
you
Friday.
You motherfucker. Look at you. Your employer.
They don't care about their employees, man.
I thought you guys all got like 5 days for Thanksgiving. Thought it was like a national day other than the people who
not in the
retail.
delivery business, kid.
Thought retail was the only ones who had to go into work on the day after Thanksgiving.
So let's backtrack a little bit back into Michigan State for just a minute here.
Go ahead.
It's not about Michigan State per se, but
you go.
John U. Bacon comes out like 2 weekends ago. Twitter or Tunnelgate kind of in the rearview mirror to a degree. And then John U. comes out with some Twitter report of anonymous sources on the sideline that told him Mel Tucker was visibly agitated during the game and would not accept any explanation from the referees, and they were cursing and talking smack with everyone, and
they were mean.
But the main crux of John, I was going to call him John L. Might as well have
John L. Bacon.
Yeah, John L. Bacon. Of his point, that it started out with a very cogent point to the fact that. What is taking so long with this fucking investigation?
Because it's stupid.
It was a 90-second incident where you have video from everywhere, and the Big Ten's still silent. It took 3 weeks for the University of Michigan police and state, whoever the fuck was investigating it, to get it to a prosecutor. And now these 8 kids that are, 7 kids, Kari Crum can never play again, and I'm fine with it. But you got 7 other kids missing games that, I mean, for what most of those kids did, I think 2 games was plenty.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing here? Because these kids deserve some sort of communication, some sort of resolution as to what's going on with their career. Are they kicked out of school? Are they going to be reinstated? If I'm Tucker, I fucking reinstate him now.
Yeah.
Other than Crump. I say, well, nobody's telling me anything, so guess what? 3 games is enough.
I don't, yeah, that whole, like, how long it's taking for them to let these kids play again is mind-boggling. But I got secret sideline people who saw them say shit. And
then
they
said they were going for Corum's knees and take Corum's knees out. You have to take Corum low or he's going to break the tackle. Exactly. If you don't wrap that kid up around his knees and ankles, he's running right through your tackle. So I don't doubt that they were saying hit him in the knees.
Yeah,
hit him at the knees.
And then you hear, and it's crickets when Juwan loses complete control of his basketball team. But there's no Mel Tucker should be fired. And
what are you talking about? They fought this basketball team fought till the end. Yeah. Are you proud of your guys for fighting till the end? That's literally what they asked him in the press conference after that fucking shit show against Arizona State.
Yeah, and then where's Ward Manuel freaking out? I'm still waiting to find out why Jeff Jackson was driving his wife's car around.
You never will, because it's the big blue wall.
But we need an investigation with the police and the tunnel stuff. And then they go and have another tunnel incident with Illinois.
Like I said, it was probably not even a 90-second incident.
Yeah,
What the fuck is taking so long?
It's
Like we said last year about COVID and testing for COVID, you were freaking out about these kids only get so many games to play in
Yep, it's
to
true.
put film out there, and you just took three away from them, and they have no end in sight as to when they're going to be allowed to play again.
Exactly. It doesn't make any. Well, it's a double standard. We know that in the Big Ten. We know that. We know
I know.
there's two
Pick
teams
play.
that they care about, and everybody else can just sit and spin.
I know.
They work on
You're allowed-
they work
you're
on
allowed-
those two teams' schedule, and they're going to play this weekend.
Well, you're allowed to run a pick play on 4th and 1 if you're one of them.
I can't. Like I said, I would love nothing more than to be out of the Big Ten altogether. But it is what it is. Oh, we've got a visitor.
Which one?
The little one. Oh.
I'm gonna play with it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what we think too. On that note, maybe we'll call it a show today,
Alrighty.
right, dude? Unless you got
Yeah.
anything major to talk about.
Michigan State basketball a little bit, but
Whoop. This guy.
we can do that after Thanksgiving.
All right, brother. Well, we can do a show on Thanksgiving if you're. What do you do your Thanksgiving? What do you do?
Early,
Early? All right.
like 2-3 o'clock. We'll be
All right. Well, let me know.
in
We'll,
in the evening. I'll be good. So
break down the Lions instantly because I got shit going on. Right? Yeah, dude. All right.
he wants to sing. Damn it!
He wants to say football.
Football, my dude,
Football.
my dude.
You're just trying to be a ham on the camera. All right.
All right, boys.
Later.
ya.
We out.
All right.